how about professionally? Because I can say that I can't remember any specific stories, but I can remember early on in my business, just talking shit about like the competition or who
Yeah.
I thought was, another firm in town that I thought was like, there's always those companies that you're like going for projects at the same time together. And
Mm-hmm.
I can recall being in a meeting with a client where we're pitching, and I know that they were pitching or had pitched whatever, and I'm kind of like, well, we're not going to be like them and like fuck you up,
Right.
you know.
Right.
And I feel like that always kind of bites you in the ass.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't actually been in many situations where I would have identified my competitors and maybe been in the same building to pitch something. So I haven't had that specifically, but
I will admit to it.
but what I will say I've realized is a red flag, and I know that you will know this is a red flag as well, is speaking to a new prospect and they are ripping their current
Yeah.
developer or digital
Oof.
marketer a new one
There's
about
always two
how
sides to a
bad
story.
they are.
Mhm.
And you're like, "Oh, no, we won't be like that, right? We're not like that. We'll have open community, blah, blah, blah." And
Yeah.
then, fast forward 6 months and you're like, "We can no longer work together." And you're like, "Okay, you're gonna go out there and talk the same about me, but, like,
Yeah. It's a pattern.
now I understand because
Mhm.
I'm not surprised your web developer went MIA
Mhm.
because I wanna do that right now."
Mhm. It's a pattern.
Yeah.
It's a pattern with people, and then, as a result, the business is just made up of people, but yeah, it's definitely a pattern. That's a huge red flag for me now.
Now it
Yeah.
takes a while, right? Because 'Cause you're like,
Sure,
"Oh,
always.
we can do so much better."
Well, you're
That sounds
always internally
horrible.
focused. You're always
Mhm.
focused on what you can do. You never stop to listen to like, why are they saying that?
Mm.
Especially when you know the person they're talking about, and you're like, well, they're not normally like that. I don't, that's funny that they're like that. Yeah, it's because the client's crazy.
Mhm.
We've all had that. Interesting. Be impeccable with your word. That's so simple, but like, man.
It's tough.
Hmm.
It's really tough, especially if you're, like, triggered, like, it makes me think of when